Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Kids with Aunt Elo. In today's episode, we'll be talking about parenting and the parenting styles that guardians often use. Parenting refers to the intricacy of raising a child not for biological relationships. Child rearing promotes and supports the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being of a child. However, caregivers may be older siblings, aunties, uncles, pastors, teachers, and even family friends. Government and society may also have a role in children's upbringing. For instance, when a child is adopted by a guardian and the law consents to the adoption process, whenever there are change of policies, it may affect the upbringing of the child. Parenting skills differ, and people or adults and caregivers who tend to practice good parenting skills are termed good parents. Now, let's talk about the 4 main parenting skills we have. Research has shown that there are 4 main parenting skills, and these include authoritarian parenting, permissive parenting, and neglectful or uninvolving parenting. Let's all note that parenting skills differ, and it depends on the individual and his or her history of parenting. Parents who are strict and take over the decision-making power, not often allowing their children to give their insights, are authoritarian parents. When a child is raised by an authoritarian parent, he or she may be a good child at home, but outside, either at school, at church, or in the community, he or she may rebel. Children who find themselves raised by authoritarian parents have low self-esteem. They seem to find it difficult in making decisions. They become aggressive most often and have other negative effects, not forgetting being hostile and being depressed. Now that we are done with authoritarian parenting, let's move into authoritative parenting. Do you find yourself considering your child's thoughts and feelings towards the decisions you make? Do you ask your children how they are doing, how school was, what's bothering them? Do you tend to be strict but still friendly with your child? Then I'll applaud you for practicing authoritative parenting. Some research has shown that authoritative parenting is the golden parenting style. Authoritative parents give their children rules and regulations, the consequences, but they still consider the thoughts and feelings of the children, like I said earlier. Another style of parenting is the permissive parenting style. This is when a parent gives room for the child to get whatever he or she wants, sets rules and regulations, and tell the child the consequences, but hardly do they enforce it. Most often than not, they tend to let the kids go whenever they've gone against the rules. Caregivers and parents who practice permissive parenting style tend to provide the needs of their children and not enforcing discipline most often. Finally, let's talk about neglectful or uninvolved parenting. If you find yourself not asking your child how school was, where your child is at what time, or what he or she is doing, have fun with your children, go out with them, watch movies with them or cartoons with them, have interaction and solve problems with them, then you are practicing neglectful parenting, and it is extremely risky and bad to your child's well-being. As a parent and guardian, you would always have to set rules and regulations for your child, the do's and the don'ts, and let them understand it. Make your sentences or your statements clear for them to understand. Then when they flout it or go against it, they have consequences, making them responsible for their actions. Unfortunately, adults who find themselves practicing neglectful or uninvolved parenting leave their children to their fate. they have to fend for themselves and teach themselves how to grow early. So whenever there are problems, they would have to find solutions by themselves for themselves. Unfortunately, parents and guardians who practice neglectful parenting tend to leave their children to their fate. A child is naive and ignorant of what he or she does and needs more guidance. So if you leave the child to his or her fate, how then do you want this child to grow to become a responsible person in the society? Then they end up indulging in social vices and other things, which will cause us later on. I believe there are other parenting styles, but they all fall within these four ranges or four classifications of parenting. And I believe also that when adults and caregivers behave like authoritative parents, getting involved and still letting the child know that I am the head and you should follow my lead. When I am wrong, you can still tell me, I'll correct it. When you are equally wrong, you should accept your fault. Then we will raise great leaders where they will listen to us. But if we fall within the too strict parenting, that is authoritarian parenting, or we leave them to do whatever they want and go and handle when it's getting worse, like permissive parenting, or we leave them to do whatever they want to do because we don't care anymore, leading to neglecting them or neglectful parenting, then we are doing more harm than good. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps you and draws your attention to either sticking to your parenting style or changing or adjusting it. Our main aim as adults or caregivers, because we have passed through childhood, is to give our children the best. Let's make a positive change together.